Welcome to Nasdaq Trade Talks. I'm Jill Malandrino, Global Markets Reporter at Nasdaq. Joining me at the MarketSite studio, we have Oleg Mukhanov. He's the Chief Financial Officer of TradingView, the very company that opened the stock market at the Nasdaq opening bell ceremony this morning right here at MarketSite. Congratulations on what's been an exciting day. Welcome to Trade Talks.
Thank you. Great to be here.
And an eventful year in 2022 for the markets, certainly in turmoil, but you bucked the trend over TradingView. Tell us a little bit about your business and recent successes.
Definitely. It's been a great year for us, despite what everything have been happening in the market. And there have been quite a few reasons for that. Actually, what we found is that customers are becoming more and more interested in alternative assets. Because if you actually look at the markets for, let's say, 10 past years, it was mostly equities which people were investing into. But now with the interest rates going up, with crypto coming on and off the stage, and more asset classes being available to users and even retail users using ETFs and so on, people, despite the correction in the equities markets and in the tech market, are still pretty much trading and interested in deploying money. And that's, I think, what's been a good year for us. And quite a few countries where our users are located also been having a good run. All in all, happy to report that continued growing and the markets are healthy.
So how did you guys manage, which, you know, in a very turbulent year, whereas other players in the space perhaps didn't? What did you do right?
Yeah, so what I think sets us apart from other players is being fully sector agnostic, asset class agnostic, and geography agnostic. What we actually do, we provide our users with the best quality information, tools, analytics, and community to form their own opinion, meaning that we've been providing institutional grade information to users around the globe. And we are the only place where you can find right now, outside of enterprise solutions, information pretty much about any kind of markets in any geography in any asset class. And I think it's been working really well for us and it resonates for the users. But also being true to our strategy. In terms of our product, our focus and strategy, in terms of the charting solutions, data, and the community. That's exactly what we've been doing from day one, 10 years ago. And it resonates really well with the users.
I think what's really interesting with TradingView is the vibrant community of traders and investors that you have. What are some of the things that they're talking about as it relates to the markets for 2023? Yeah,
that's an interesting question. First of all, Fed. It's quite interesting because interest rates or fixed income instruments weren't on the radar of retail investors and consumers because, well, we've been living in pretty much close to zero interest rate environment for more than a decade. But now with interest rates going up, people start realizing that there is money to be made in fixed income instruments and money markets. And that's been a really interesting journey for a lot of retail investors. Crypto still remains quite an interesting asset, even despite the correction in the market and the winter. There is still a big community of die-hard fans who still believe it's going to come back in one form or another. So a lot of people still hold certain allocation there and following markets really closely. Natural resources, whether through derivative instrument exposure or direct equity exposure to companies involved in this sector, is very, very hot right now. And I think people becoming more interested in that due to various macro reasons. And the final one, maybe an interesting opinion, but tech. Through correction in the tech market of the last year, a lot of companies have done restructuring and cost cutting and came out on the other side as actually pretty good growth and cash generative businesses. And it shed the light that tech sector is not just growth at any cost kind of exposure, but there is quite a lot of companies which can compete and come on the top with traditional brick and mortar businesses.
Yeah. Well, what's in store for TradingView in 2023?
We are looking forward to introducing more asset classes to our users because, as I mentioned previously, users becoming more sophisticated and interested in more asset classes, going to new geographies. We're constantly adding users and products and exchanges in each of the geographies and delivering the same high quality, institutional grade, but reasonably priced product to our community.
Tell us about the partnership with Nasdaq. Why choose this exchange?
Definitely. So Nasdaq is well known as one of the leaders in the equity markets across the globe. So no matter whether you're based in the US or you're based in India or you're based in any other country, investors generally look up to Nasdaq and companies in the Nasdaq as a benchmark of high quality investment assets. And us partnering with you and allowing our users to access real-time and high quality information across the globe is a real differentiator for us, which we are very excited about.
Tell us what the biggest surprise is going to be in 2023 from TradingView and then also from a macro perspective.
That's a really good question because I'm the CFO, so I'm not supposed to like any surprises. So whatever surprises will be, hopefully they're good. It's actually quite interesting to see what the surprises would be. I think the return of the tech sector is definitely a surprise. It went all the way down, but a lot of high quality assets is coming back on the market and getting recognition from the investment community on the institutional side, but also in our core market in retail side, plus alternative asset classes. It's quite interesting to see how people from just investing into equities, let's say 10 years ago, and moving maybe a little bit of crypto 3 or 4 years ago, are now seriously considering a very wide range of assets which previously being only accessible by large institutions. So I feel that there will be quite a lot of surprises there as well.
All right, Oleg, we appreciate the insight. Thanks for joining us on Trade Talks, and thanks for joining me. I'm Jill Malandrino, Global Markets Reporter at Nasdaq.